What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to resize the height of entry boxes with Tkinter and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to talk about resizing entry boxes height-wise with Tkinter and Python. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to check out Codemy.com where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. That's all my courses, videos, and books for a one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. We haven't done a Tkinter video in a while, and we were doing some complicated CRM stuff, and it's time to switch gears a little bit and start talking about a little bit easier concepts. But this is a question I got in my Codemy Facebook group over the weekend. If you're not a member, check the link in the description below, probably in the first comment below, and go ahead and join that Facebook group. It's completely free. But anyway, the question was, how do you resize an entry box height-wise? We've talked about in the past how to make them longer or shorter width-wise, but we've not talked about how to make them bigger height-wise. So I want to talk about that in this video. I also got another question about this the other day in the comment section here on YouTube, asking how to delete what's already been put into an entry box once you, for instance, click a button or something. So we're going to do that as well. So I have this file created called entry_height.py. It's in our GUI directory that we've been working on throughout this course. And it's just the basic code we use to start all of our projects. Has a title and has an icon. So let's just start out by creating a simple entry box. So let's just call it E, and we'll set this to entry. And we'll put it in our root window, and let's just put the width at 50. Right, now we can pack this, e.pack, and I'm just going to pack because we don't really care. And let's give this some padding, pad X of 10 and pad Y of 10 just for fun. Okay, so we also want a button underneath it so we can click the button. So let's just call this my_button and set that equal to a button. And we want it in root. And we want the text to say what? Enter your name, whatever, right? And we want to give this a command, and we'll set this equal to my click. I don't know. And let's put this on the screen. So my button.pack, and let's give this a pad Y of 10 just for fun as well. All right, so let's come up here and create real quick my click. So define my_click, and we don't need to pass in anything. And let's just create a variable, call it hello, and let's set it equal to hello, and then plus, and let's e.get whatever we typed into that box, right? So now let's create a label, my label, and that's going to be a label, and we want it in root, and we want the text to equal that hello variable, right? And then finally, we want to my_label.pack. And let's give this a pad Y of 10 as well, just for fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. Head over to our terminal and let's run this. And when we do, we get this simple box that says enter your name. I'm gonna type in John and click enter. And then below here, it says hello, John. So very basic. Now, say we want to make this a much bigger, much wider text box. Now we've made it 50, right? We can change this to, for instance, let's just make this 20. If we save this and run it, you know, this changes the width, right? So it's much smaller now, but we want to make it wider, much taller, right? How do we do that? Well, let's change this back to 50 first. And there's actually no way to change the height of an entry box. You know, here we have width equal 50. If we go something like height equal 50, if we save this and run it, we get an error because there is no height thing, right? So that's kind of weird. So what can we do? Well, we can't change the height of it, but we can change the text size. So the text inside of it could be larger, and if it is, that'll just by default make the box bigger depending on how big the size of the text is. So we can just call our font guy right here, and we can set this equal to, now we have to pass in, what do we want? So we have to name a specific font that we want to use, And you can use any one. I'm just going to use Helvetica. It's a common one. You can use Arial, Times New Roman, anything you want. Just type it in there and then designate the text size that you want. So I'm going to say 24. So if we save this, come back over here and run our program again, now we get this much taller box, right? And we can change the size no matter what based on the number we put. So if we put, 12 or 14, let's say, we can run this. And now we get a slightly bigger than it was originally, but still kind of smallish text box, right? So very cool. So that's how you do that. Very simple, right? Now let's talk about how we delete the stuff that's been typed in. So after we enter this, this it's still sitting there. We want to clear that box. How do we do that? Well, this is actually pretty easy. We can go up to myClick, and we want this to happen inside of myClick. So we can just call, how we used e.get to get the stuff that's in the box and slap it into this variable. Well, we can use the delete method. So we can go e.delete, and then we just need to pass in 0 and then say we want this to end. Now, the reason why we're putting a 0 here is because it thinks of the text box as a Python list, and so it wants to delete the 0th item in the list. There's only one item in the list in the text box, and it's, lists start at 0, so we want to delete everything in that list, for instance, so we would delete 0, and then we just put end because that's just the convention that it uses. So, okay, we could save this, and we can come back, and let's run this one more time. And let's go enter your name. I'll go full on John Elder. Boom, it disappears here, says hello John Elder there, and we're done. So pretty simple. We can come back here if we want and just go crazy with this thing. Instead of 14, let's put 30. I don't know. Run it again. Now we get this really big one. John. Hello, John. Boom, it disappeared. So that's how to change the height of an entry box. Pretty simple. Just change your text size and the box will change accordingly. And that's also how to delete the stuff that's inside the text box or the entry box using the e.delete or .delete function. And pretty simple. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, which really helps the channel out. Doesn't cost you anything, and I really appreciate it. And check out Codemy.com, where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. So you pay just $49 to access all my courses, over 40 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 85,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and we'll see you in the next video.